A day in Paris. Having just one day to visit Paris is the same as being invited to a banquet table and leaving with only a small serving of dessert. But the opportunity to visit this beautiful city, even for only a day, should not be missed. The excitement of Paris begins on its great streets humming with traffic. The center of Paris is interlaced with broad avenues whose cafes, cinemas, and shops attract throngs of people who come to see and be seen. Its most famous street is the Champs-Élysées, the avenue of great parades and stunning street fashion. The Arc de Triomphe is an impressive centerpiece. Construction was begun following Napoleon's greatest victory, the Battle of Austerlitz, in 1805. The arch, however, was not completed until 1836. The names of his generals and battles fought are inscribed on the inner walls. Beneath lies the tomb of France's unknown soldier who fell during World War I. Visiting heads of state and thousands of tourists come each year to pay their respects. One of the best panoramic views in Paris is from the top of the arch. The broad avenues that radiate from the arch were cut through the medieval city in 1854, when Baron Haussmann, then the prefect of Paris, was given the task of transforming Paris into a modern city. 12 impressive boulevards radiate from the Place Charles de Gaulle, which can be considered as the ultimate challenge for visiting motorists. In the years that followed, a succession of international exhibitions led to the erection of many notable buildings, including the most notable, the Eiffel Tower. Erected for the International Exhibition of 1889 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution. For many years it stood as the world's tallest structure. When it was first built, many thought that it was ugly and completely lacking in aesthetics. It has overcome this to become the world's most recognized symbol of Paris. As we approach the Pont d'Alexandre III, we come to the river that identifies Paris. The Seine is the city's essential point of reference. Distances are measured from it, street numbers determined by it, and it divides the capital into two distinct areas with the right bank on the north side and the left bank on the south. The river is still very much in use by commercial traffic and the bateau mouche sightseeing boats which cruise up and down the river. Practically every building of note in Paris is either along the riverbank or a stone's throw from it. The quays are lined by fine apartment buildings, magnificent town halls, and great museums and striking monuments. Almost all who come to Paris eventually fall under its spell. Across the river on the right bank is the Louvre, once Europe's largest royal palace and now the world's largest museum. To enter, you must pass through a glass pyramid, a recent innovation which provides an effective contrast to the palace's classical lines. No other building epitomizes the history of Paris more than Notre Dame. It was constructed over a period of 170 years by armies of architects and medieval craftsmen. The west facade is a masterpiece of French Gothic architecture. The interior is extraordinarily beautiful. The awe-inspiring rose window contains 80 Old Testament scenes. The cathedral was founded by Maurice de Sully, Bishop of Paris in 1163. Religious statuaries, carvings, and impressive works of art can be found throughout this huge structure. A sense of history is everywhere. It is humbling to reflect that many prayed here before going off to fight in the Crusades. Notre Dame is the heart of Paris and even France itself. It seems that around every corner or at the end of every street there is a monument to some great event in the rich history of Paris, or it may be another example of the city's many architectural treasures. In abundance also is evidence of the gaiety of Paris. Down its many winding streets you will find amusement parks, sidewalk cafes, and nightclubs, such as the world-renowned Moulin Rouge, immortalized by the posters and drawings of Toulouse-Lautrec. During all seasons, people come from all parts of the world to experience Paris. A day in Paris provides only a few quick glimpses of this city's enduring beauty and grandeur, but it is almost guarantees that you will return, for it has been said that to discover Paris is to discover that you have a second home.